I'm George Clarke and I'm here in Nottingham at the home of Hillary's, the window dressing experts. Now Hillary's has a network of local advisors, which means that wherever you live, they have experts all over the country who will come and take care of everything for you. But there's more to the process of measuring and fitting beautiful blinds, curtains and shutters than you might think. So I've come to the Hillary's Academy to join with James, Ross and Vipul and find out how expert advisors learn their craft. Putting us through our paces today is Ben. So Ben, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
What we're going to be doing today?
I'm going to show you the best way to measure and fit blinds.
Fantastic, after you. Let's go guys. So where are we?
We're in the workshop.
And there's loads of windows. What are people learning here?
So in here, particularly on this wall here, we're going to teach you how to drill.
Excellent. Power tools out.
Power tools out, ready to go.
So Ben, I'm assuming when you're fitting a blind, particularly at the top edge of a window, you've got to think about the lintels.
Because it's a structural support, it can be really difficult to drill into as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some images up here. You've got catnic ones, concrete ones, and steel RSJs. So how does that affect how you're drilling into it?
So there's lots of different drill bit types.
Yeah.
There's a process that we can follow to make sure we can do it right every single time.
Look at that. No crack. Well done, mate. So Ben, that was a bit of a challenge. What's next?
It was, everyone did really well on the drilling side of things, but now we're off to the Hillary's house.
The Hillary's house?
Yes.
After you, sir. I'm intrigued. Oh, Ben, this is awesome. You've got a full house setup. You've got living room, dining, kitchen.
And more importantly, we've even got a loo.
That's quite important, isn't it? The loo is the one space you need loads of privacy in.
Absolutely.
Perfect place for a blind. Well, Ben, fitting a blind in a tiny toilet like that must be quite tricky.
It can be quite tricky, yeah. You don't want to stand on the customer's toilet seat and cause any damage. If I can, I put a little toolbox for me to stand on to one side, just to give me the height to be able to reach to put the blind in place.
Now, you made it look very easy, but it's a little bit tricky, isn't it, just in terms of the space?
It can be, yes. You've got to be pretty flexible in conditions like this. So this is the Hillary's house, and this is where we do quite a lot of our measuring and fitting.
It's a really good setup. I suppose it provides all the different scenarios, everything to test advisors and trainees.
To make sure they're ready for when they go out there.
So Ben, if you're going to measure and fit a blind in a kitchen window, how do you do it so it's safe? Because it's quite a big reach, isn't it, over a sink?
It is quite a big reach, and we can't afford an advisor to stand on the sink because it's unsupported, so they could cause a lot of damage. So what some advisors will do is they'll have a board which will span the width of the sink, and it's something sturdy for them to kneel on.
Very safe way, really, of being able to measure and not damage the work surface or the sink at any point.
Absolutely.
So it's not just hygiene, it's safety.
Yes, and there's less risk of me falling too.
Yeah, you don't want to fall in the sink then.
No.
So Ben, bay windows.
Yes.
You're going to teach us how to measure them perfectly. Is it difficult?
It can be quite tricky depending on the blind type that you're putting in a window like this. You have to make sure that they're far enough forwards to avoid the handles and meet beautifully in the corners as well.
And how do you measure? Is it just a measuring tape?
It's not, no. We've got lots of different pieces of equipment we can use here to make sure we get it right every single time.
Well, I have to say that this has been an intensive training session. These guys have more to go, but it does really show that when you invite a Hillary's advisor into your home, they're going to know exactly what they're talking about.